So what's it been like challenge wise to get used inventory for you?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. So we used to buy a lot of cars at the auction.
Mhm.
Well, when the rental car companies got shut out and they started, buying up everything, the prices were just ridiculous. So we had to kind of double down on our different acquisition strategies. So a number of different ways. The first one, the biggest one is obviously your the trade-ins that are being presented to you. So cars for appraisal. So we looked at that where we had a way to get our used car managers some backups, or our vehicle buyers who are buying cars at the auction. Well, they can help appraise cars virtually, but they don't have to be in the store. So what we do is using vAuto, one of our partners there, we can actually do a headquarters appraisal. So they'll tell us, the used car manager will send an appraisal over what they think it's, what the car's worth. Well, we want to make sure that, we're not missing a trade because, if there's a Ford F-250 that's being presented for trade at one of our Buick GMC truck stores, well, they might not know, that you can build a pickup truck a million different ways. They might not know where it's like, oh, that Ford truck, that thing is super hot. It looks like it's worth, 70 grand, but it's actually worth 77. Well, the buyers know that, just from dealing with all the stores. So not missing on trades is the first one. So we looked at our look to book to kind of pump that up, right, and get more cars that way. The other is, different strategies, but one is a KBB buying center, getting those leads from the consumers. Now, obviously, Kelley Blue Book has a tremendous presence, and you have to be super aggressive on going after those cars. But if they're nice cars, it's still cheaper than what you'd pay at the auction block. So that was another strategy. And then really mining our own data, right? So there's a number of vendors out there that have, just to get into your own customer base and really dig through who would be a prospect. And that's it's kind of like panning for gold. You're going to sift through a lot there, and you really have to find the right person or persons in a store who are willing to get a lot of no's. Because if you ask somebody, so instead of saying, hey, can I trade you in another car? We don't have another car to trade them into, right? Yeah. So it's a question of, can I buy your car? And it's, it's occasionally you get somebody who's like, well, yeah, it is an extra car hanging around. Yeah, let's figure that out. But a lot of no, not interested. So it's really not one overarching thing. It's just, how can we get little pockets here and there to try to get the inventory, and then really in terms of being more efficient with it and trying to just be mindful of the turn. Once again, getting back to vAuto, where it's like we realized, okay, you don't need to have 100 cars in stock in order to sell 80 of them, right? You can have 60 in stock and sell 80 of them by increasing your turn. So adapting the strategies and working with the used car managers just to see where it's like, okay, we acquire a car, let's get it in somebody's driveway as quickly as possible. Let's determine what the market is on that car. Is it a hot market or is it a slow market? If it's a slow market on that car, like right now, if you've got with gas prices being what they are, we acquire something that's a big gas guzzler or whatever, and we look at the market day supply on that car and it's higher, well, we're going to price that sucker to move, right? It's like, because I want to get rid of that, and I want to hopefully acquire something that is more desirable in the marketplace, right? And so that just focusing on that, where you realize we can make the same money, if not more, selling fewer cars just by through that turn.